Hello, good day, students, BSIT students, and welcome to our new lesson. So for today, uh, for our new lesson, so these are our objectives. So number one, to understand what is a variable. Sorry, wrong spelling. Variable. Next, to understand and identify each or to identify the different data types, to learn the uses of each data type, sorry, and the rules in assigning a variable. So those are our objectives for this lesson. So kung nung last video presentation na meron ako is a flowchart, actually those are just basic. So for today, to move on, we will be dealing with data types. Pero bago actually yung data type, i-discuss ko lang na maising-maisi kung ano ang variable. So, what is a variable? A variable is any character. It is any character that holds a value. So, any character that holds a value is called a variable. So, a variable name, that's a variable. We can assign a variable name sa ating variable ng kahit na anong meaningful na variable name. For example, num1 it can be ABC. It can be halimbawa student or stud underscore name. It can be stud number. So, yan, kahit anong character, pwede nating i-assign as a variable name. So, each one of these is considered variable. Like this one, num1, ABC, stud name, student number. So, yan yung mga maghahawak ng ating mga value na i-input or yung ating value na magiging output. So, any character that holds a value is considered a variable name. Now, saan papasok yung data type? So, a data type describes the content of the variable. So, a data type describes the content of the variable. So, siya yung taga-define kung anong klaseng variable yung ginamit natin or kung anong klaseng value yung laman ng ating variable name. Pwede nga pala rito, salary. Pwede rito, grade or average. Yan. So, any comprehensive name ay pwede natin gamitin as a variable name. Ngayon, sabi rito, data type, it describes the content of the variable. Ngayon, meron tayong tatlong iba't ibang data types. Merong, yun nandun sa lecture natin. Ano nga ba yun? May derived, may primary, at meron din namang user defined. So nakafocus lang muna tayo doon sa primary. So yung primary marami yan, pero actually ang ginagamit lang naman diyan ay 4 kung hindi ako nagkakamali. So 4 lang yung ginagamit natin diyan. So ano-ano yung mga yon? So yung mga yon ay integer. So, integer, a float, a character, And yung isa is wide character. Or sometimes, ang tawag din sa kanya ay string. Ano? So, depende sa kung anong gagamitin nating editor or editor. Kung wide string ba ang gamit sa kanya or string. Anyways, integer. So, an integer. A variable is considered integer if the value that is inputted on that variable or yung output na mapapa-assign dun sa variable na yon is a whole number. Ano ba yung whole number? Yung walang decimal point. Halimbawa, 1 to 100. If we are pertaining to grade, it can be 98, 95, 75. It can be a salary na walang sentavo. Any number. Basta whole number. Ibig sabihin ng whole number, walang decimal point or walang decimal place. Now, if the value of the variable, yung contain, yung laman ng variable ay may decimal point, i-assign natin yung integer na yon, yung variable na yon as a float. Float. Ngayon, again, ano yung paggagamitan natin ng float? Halimbawa, salary. Ang sinweldo mo ay 15,347.28. Yan, yung may decimal point. Kung ang grade mo ay 76.5, 85.3, yung mga ganong grades. So, yun ay, or 1.5 sa college, 1.25, or 1.75, or 3.0, 2.75, 2.5. Yan, mga may decimal number. Ngayon, those are for numbers. Ngayon, paano kung ang input natin ay letters? Papasok naman dyan yung character. A variable that is declared as character should contain a single character. Or a single letter. Character siya kung ang mapapalagay sa kanyang value is a single character. Halimbawa, pinagawa ko kayo ng game na ang input lang is or a game na question and answer tapos naka-multiple choice siya. So, it's either ang sagot, it's either A, B, C, or D. So, yun. Pwede nating i-declare yung variable na maghahawak dun sa sagot mo regardless kung letter A ang sagot, letter B ang sagot, letter C, or letter D ang sagot. So, basta ang input natin, it's either A, B, C, or D, or any single character. Ang ide-define natin yon or ide-declare natin yung variable na yon as a character. Ngayon, tanong, sir, paano kung marami? Halimbawa, pangalan yung i-input natin. Siyempre, ang pangalan, marami yan. Wala namang ang pangalan ay A lamang or B lamang. So, marami. Diyan papasok yung ating wide string. Wide string or wide character pala, or string. Ngayon, nakalagay din doon, kung ide-declare natin or kung gagamitin natin yung mga yan at itatype na natin sa programming language, ganito ang pagde-declare niyan. Teka ha. Okay. Halimbawa, ang variable natin ay una yung declaration int kung integer. Kung integer, yan. Pag ang ide-declare natin ay character, char, itatype natin, char, yung char na yan, that is for character. Kung float naman, ide-declare natin siya as float. Kung ang ating ide-declare ay string or yung wide character, yan, string. These are for wide character. Yan. So, ganyan. Ito yung mga, tong int, char, float, string na yan, yan yung itatype natin before the variable name. Halimbawa, buburahin ko na ulit ito ha. Halimbawa, you are asked to get you will ask to get the sum of two numbers. Anong variable ang gagamitin natin? Halimbawa, sum. Ano pa? Two numbers yung i-input. So, we will be using two input. Therefore, each one of them should have their own variable. Halimbawa, num1 yung una at num2 yung dalawa. We will be declaring this sa unahan yan. I-declare natin siya as int. int. Ibig sabihin, ang variable sum, variable num1 at variable num2 will accept whole number only. Whole number only. So, sir, paano kung halimbawa may point na naman? So, sabi ko nga kanina, float, space din yung variable name. Halimbawa ay average. Yan. Average. Yan. Ganyan. Float, average. Ganun din doon sa dalawa. Ito yung nagde-describe sa variable name na average. Ang variable name dito ay average. Ang kanyang data type ay float. So, kung mapupunan ninyo, the data type describes what is inside the average or the variable name or what might be inside the variable average. Taga-describe siya ng kung ano yung laman or kung ano yung magiging laman ng ating variable name. In assigning a variable, as I told you a while ago, you can assign actually any variable name, but there are still some rules that governs the variable name. So, number 1, you can assign any variable name ranging from 1 character up to 255 characters. Kung ano mang character yan, maximum ng 255. That's number 1 rule. Number 2, all variable names must begin with a letter of the alphabet. And an underscore. For example, gusto nyong ilagay na variable name, kagaya ng in-example ko kanina, name, or simply A, B, C. Pwede yun. Pwede. Pwede. But as I have told you a while ago nga, it should be a variable name should be comprehensive. Kailangan naiintindihan nyo. Kasi if you are going to design a complex program, malilito rin kayo kung ano yung variable name na ginamit nyo. Kaya nga, ideally, it should be comprehensive. Madaling intindihin. Kung halimbawa, ang variable name na yon, ang variable na yon will hold the student's name. Di ilagay nyo yung variable name, student name. Para hindi kayo malito. Kung ang kukunin niya ay date of birth, di ilagay nyo date of birth ang kanyang variable name. Kailangan comprehensive. Next, ayun nga, it should start with a letter. Hindi pwedeng number. Letter lamang or accepted ang underscore. Halimbawa, underscore name, underscore address, underscore sex, underscore age. Pwede yun. It's either letter or underscore. Next, a variable can also, you can also assign a variable name na number provided that it is either within or at the end of the letter. Halimbawa, yung in-example ko kanina, num1. O kaya ginawa nyo nu underscore 1 or nu1m. Pwede yon. Pwedeng yung number is within the variable name at nasa dulo. Hindi pwedeng nasa unahan. Kasi nga, sabi dun sa naunang rule natin, all variable name must begin with the alphabet of letter or a letter. Next, a variable name is case sensitive. Ano yung sinasabing case sensitive? Pag sinabing case sensitive, kung ginamit nyo siya ng lowercase or yung letter na maliliit sa Tagalog, dapat maliliit siya all throughout. Kasi pagka nagsimula, halimbawa, yung example ko, kung ang variable name natin ay name, N-A-M-E, na small letter, pag tinawag nyo siya ng N, or pag gumamit kayo ng N na capital, tapos small A-M-E, dalawang magkaibang variable name na yon. Kasi yung isa capital N, yung isa ay naka-lowercase na N. So, case sensitive. Kung gagamitin mo siya all throughout ng capital lahat, pwede capital lahat. Kung small letter lang din all throughout the program. Case sensitive. Next, no special or no space or special character is allowed. Halimbawa, kagaya nga ng in-example ko, date of birth. Kailangan magkakadikit sila, walang space. Kasi pag nagkaroon ng space ang variable, magiging separated na yung variable. Ibang variable na yan, hindi yan iisang variable. Magiging dalawang variable na yan. Kaya dapat, if you are going to use yung several words as variable para mas comprehensive, pwede. Provided na walang space. Dapat sila ay magkakadikit. Bawal din yung special characters. Ano ba yung special characters? Halimbawa, plus sign, equal sign. Hindi siya pwedeng ma-assign as variable. Tuldok, hindi pwede. Colon or comma or semicolon, hindi rin pwede. Yung dollar sign, ampersand, asterisk, sharp sign, exclamation point, question mark, hindi siya pwedeng i-assign as variable. Talagang letters and numbers lamang ang pwede. And yung special character lang is underscore. Yun lang ang pwede. Then lastly, you cannot assign a reserved word as a variable name. Ano ba yung tinatawag na reserved word? Ang reserved word class ay yung mga words na ginagamit sa programming language as a default command. Halimbawa, cout, printf, write line. So, marami yan. You can look at the internet kung ano-ano ba yung reserved word para sa C++. Medyo marami yan. Kagaya ng if, else, hindi yan pwede. Then, hindi rin pwede. Lahat ng reserved words ay hindi pwede. So, yun. So, yan. Hanggang dyan na lang muna. At ang susunod nating lesson ay expect nyo magkakaroon na tayo ng preliminary hands-on. So, doon i-discuss ko yung kung paano mag-install ng programming language na gagamitin natin or software na gagamitin natin. And at the same time, doon din i-discuss ko yung iba't ibang parts and yung basic paggawa ng mga basic programs. So yan, hanggang dito na lang muna. Then study the module kasi yung diniscuss ko ngayon, those are the commonly used variable and commonly used data types. Pero it doesn't mean hindi natin babasahin yung ibang content. So basahin nyo rin yung buong content ng module 2 natin para sa week 3 and 4 ng ating klase. So expect that next time Siguro by Thursday or Friday magkakaroon tayo ng quiz. Ano? So, yan, hanggang dito na lang muna, and I hope that you will read your lesson, and I hope to see you one of these days para sa online class natin, yung synchronous na, yung live. Okay, so hanggang dyan na muna. Keep safe everyone, and see you soon.